I think it's pretty obvious we don't know what we're talking about, so I think everything's good.
Now y'all know what's wrong with me. And on that note,
I don't even know if it was bad wrestling. I just know that it was bad on our part. Go support your team.
Yes.
Support band, cheerleaders.
The auto mix inspired Michael Ball. It's the first time he's ever raised his hands on a yes.
Well,
so that's pretty impressive.
Scare that referee back. Let's talk a little football.
hello everyone and welcome to the Breast Box. I am so glad you could join us for once again another rollicking ride of fun. Here we go. Woo! Randy Young, Michael Best, Jim Rayburn. I'm Austin Reams. Let's talk a little high school football.
Right.
I know.
You got all 2 weeks in a
row.
row.
2 weeks in a row.
And before we go, look, I want you to look right there.
I know. Look here. It's autumn mix.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is officially fall.
Yep, there's the pumpkins and the autumn mix.
Which one do you think?
Yeah, but now we told him before Jim licked one of them, so now he's got. Oh, it was that one.
He can smell it and tell it. Here we go.
All right. What do you think? You think that was?
I think that was one.
That wasn't the one.
All right. Well, speaking of the one, let's start Thomas County Central. Big win over Houston County, 42-21. Playing Lee County, big game. But let's talk about that Houston County game, Randy.
Well, it was an entertaining game. I mean, even Jim got his money's worth with the ticket on that one.
There we go, Jim.
Froze to death.
It was cold. About 1,000 yards of offense between the two teams, and you kind of knew that was going to happen. I mean, both of them come in averaging about 42 points a game, and of course, A.J. Hill, the quarterback from Houston, he's a legit athlete. I mean, I don't know that I'm going to call him like the top quarterback prospect in the state because I'll be honest with you, I was surprised. He does not want to run the football. I mean, he is a true pocket passer. And I didn't really know that. I mean, he right now is dead last in our region rushing-wise with about minus 60-something yards. But now throwing the ball, he's got a good arm, and, man, he's got receivers is what he's got. So a lot of size, a lot of talent along the receiving core. Our guys got tested, got pushed a little bit, some really numbskull type of penalties that helped them out some. They get out to a 21-14 lead in the third quarter, and we needed a play. And what you're about to see right here is the play that kind of turned the thing around. Tyler Floyd's going to catch the kickoff with his one leg in the end zone. He thought the play was dead. And you'll see by the reaction.
Everybody did. Ball's got to go in the end zone.
The ball's got to go into the end zone. So
this where he spins is the play.
Yeah. Well, they grabbed him and tried to spin him down. And when they did that, that was a mistake because it changed the direction he was running in, and that let him set up a wall in front of him. And he gets down to about, I mean, just like a video game play, gets down to about the 2 or so, and a guy from Houston, bless his heart, who kept running. Yeah. And, I mean, that's what you're supposed to do, caught him. And then 2 plays later, we went in and scored on a little pass play. And we scored 28 unanswered and run out to the 42-21 win. Solid game. And one of the biggest differences is that Houston turned the ball over a couple of times and we didn't.
That was the swing play, though.
Yeah, that turned it.
I knew when that happened it was over.
Yeah, that turned it because they had the momentum. They had scored 14 unanswered, and we needed something to happen. And that did it. That was the spark that lit the flame.
So was Jim in the press box with you?
Now, I tried to find him. I was going to invite him over.
I told you I would not go on that. Somebody offered me tickets on that side, and I said I wouldn't take them for $1 million.
I wanted to hear him at halftime.
I had a blue carpet that I was going to run out there for him, but anyway.
Line the band up, everything.
I had my Buckeye gear on.
I saw him. But we win it, and then with the shocking loss from Lee County to Northside right now, we're the only undefeated team in the region. Of course, that may not last long.
Yeah, and you got to win these two.
We got to win these two to be able to win the region the way it turns out. So, and Lee County's Lee County. I know that they've got 2 losses, but they lost to Colquitt, and there's no shame in that. Yeah. And this loss to Northside this past week was almost a freak.
That might be a backbreaker for them, though. That's hard to get over.
Yeah, and well, that's my hope. Is that they
explain it real quick how they lost.
Well, they were ahead 20-0 with 6 minutes to go in the game, and Northside kicked a field goal, then kicked an onside kick and got it. Went down and scored. Lee County gets the ball back, punts. Northside goes down and scores again, but it's 20-17 at that point. They scored 17 points in about 6 minutes. And Lee County's trying to run the clock out, literally trying to run the clock out. And on the last play of the game, they run the clock down to 7 seconds, call their last timeout. And for whatever reason, the sophomore quarterback for them, instead of, as Jim and I were talking about before we started, just take a knee or quick kick the thing or something, He runs around back there, and Northside punches the ball out of his hands. They pick up the fumble and run it in as time expires, and they win 23-20, game over. That's a heck of a way of losing a football game.
Yeah.
But they're wounded. They're backed into a corner, and that's not where you want to be with a team that's as talented as Lee County. But we'll see. We'll go up there and see what we can do. Our guys, again, playing at a real high level right now, playing real efficiently on the offensive side of the ball. And
That's going to be a fun game.
it will be. We've got a shot. That's the main thing. And again, at the beginning of the year, I wouldn't have given you, again, a Snowflake and Meg's chances of us being able to go up there and be able to have a shot at it, but we do. So
Yeah.
that's good news.
Well, speaking of a good game, we got Colquitt County is going to be playing Valdosta, and Colquitt won over Lowndes 42-14. Anybody want to pick a winner for this Colquitt Valdosta game?
Valdosta got caught in a trap. That was a trap
think
game
that was
for
a trap
them.
game for them?
Camden is not. Now Camden is probably going to finish second.
They're getting
Yeah.
better.
They're getting better, but Valdosta tried a double pass, got it picked off, and that's how they grabbed the lead. And then Valdosta lined up to kick a field goal at the end. It got blocked, and so. But Valdosta evidently was looking ahead to this ball game. I would have never thought that 17 points would be scored by Camden on the Cats.
Well, Valdosta has struggled offensively.
Offensively.
They got a young offense. Their
Yeah, yeah.
defense is the key.
Yeah.
But they've got all their defensive line, they're men, and only one of them's a senior, so they're only going to get better because their offense is getting better. But Colquitt will go to Death Valley
And do pretty well.
and do
you
pretty
thinking?
well in this one.
All right. Everybody kind of think
Yeah, I agree.
Colquitt's going to take care of it. Although it's still going to be a fun game of watching that offense and defense square off. Looking forward to that game.
And it's still pretty much region championship, though, it sounds like.
Yeah,
Is that correct, Cam?
I think that's going to be the
I think
best.
that's
No,
right.
because
Well, Camden's in that mix, too.
Camden's
That's
in
right.
the
That's
mix
right.
now.
But
That's
they would
right.
have lost to Colquitt. So
That would
That
make
could
it
create a
that
three-way
could
tie.
create a
Three-way
three-way
Yeah,
tie. and
that's
then
true.
getting
You don't know what the
complicated.
tiebreakers are.
Yeah.
And Camden, they play again. They
Yeah,
have
maybe
some
they play
games
Lowndes
next
or
week.
something?
They play Lowndes next week.
Right, that's right.
Lowndes has Richmond Hill and this week, and then Camden.
The thing with Camden is they got Jeff Herron back. And Jeff Herron's one of those coaches that's, I mean, he's top notch. I mean, he won state championships there. He won at Oconee when he was up there. And he's got Camden believing again.
They have been struggling though.
Yeah,
Like I said,
yeah.
I think Valdosta was looking ahead.
All right. Well, Thomasville not looking ahead.
We were not looking ahead.
Congratulations.
Yep, region champs. So fantastic run here. Fantastic game against Dougherty County, 35-20. Just tell me about that game. Just kind of a fun game looking at the clips. But
Well, it was kind of back and forth
Yeah.
at the beginning. We scored early. Evidently, they didn't know that Cole Shaw could run.
and
They
he
didn't know
can.
he could catch a slant pass and get gone in a hurry. But that Cam Hill has really matured, the freshman quarterback, and I attribute a lot of our success to we kind of complain and moan about our opening schedule being so tough, but hey, when we get to Dougherty and Carver, we
Yeah,
played better. We played better.
Yeah, you're used to this.
We play better coach teams than Dougherty. Dougherty's got a great quarterback. I think he was averaging 90-something yards rushing. He had 64 on the night, and
Yep.
and 30 of those came on a fake punt. It wasn't a fake. We almost blocked it, and then he pulled it down and ran. But and he only passed for 165. We had 4 picks on him on the night. But just an overall great football game by the Dogs.
You're seeing the opening drive there, and the Dogs really just jumped out on it in a hurry.
Like I
so
say,
that
I don't
was
think they ever knew what we did on offense.
awesome. Yeah.
And it was just a balanced attack. Cam Davis is the real deal, but like I say, our defense was on him all night long, just pesky, and you see them make a long pass completion there.
Not very many of those.
Their number 21 went out in the third quarter, and that really changed their offense. But
And he was a D1 prospect.
he's a
as
D1
well, so-
prospect also. He's running back, wide receiver. He was tough, but I thought, defensively, we get to people, we hit them. We may have to hit them 2 or 3 times, but the best coaching move I've seen, probably, I've been watching football a long time. The best coaching move made this week was moving Jay Randall from his running back spot to cornerback, and he picked off 2 passes. He stopped one. They had blocked a punt. He picked it off in the end zone, and they were driving to score late in the first half. He picked off the pass, ran it back 63 yards, and then scored on a screen pass. So it was a 14-point swing, and that was basically the turning point of the ball game. Big drive by the Dogs quickly there, but
and that screen pass was I don't know if you
We
seen
ran
the
the
film,
screen
but
pass
he
twice.
caught it. He caught it and turned, all in one motion to do that. Like I can't even do that in this spinning chair, and he did. It was an amazing athletic feat.
He
So.
caught 2 big screen passes, but Cam Hill, the freshman, had 4 touchdowns and 225 yards passing. So
It's a good night.
Yep.
he's come a
I
long
know
way.
you're proud of your dog, don't you, Michael?
Yeah,
I
man.
get prouder every week.
Yeah.
Proud we're region champs.
That's right. That's right.
31st region championship, and Coach DeLay joins Joe Summerall as the only Bulldog coach to win a region championship in his first year.
Wow.
Sounds good.
That's
That's
impressive.
in 1958, Joe Summerall won a region championship.
That's very impressive.
Well,
Kin
let's,
to Pat Summerall?
No.
yeah. They're,
He started the Warner Robins Demons program.
So let's go to Chris. We got Chris coming in.
Him and
Just
John Madden.
tell me a little bit about the Chris game and what your expectations are.
Chris was much like Carver and Darty. They're very athletic. They have not been as good on offense. They do have a great kicking game. Their kickers kicked over 30 field goals. Anytime they're inside the 40, he can score. He averages 40 yards a punt. And he has 30-something touchbacks. So don't look like our special teams on kickoffs will get a chance to run it back. But offensively, they've been just so-so. So, if we can keep our offense going. They're big on defense, but that hadn't bothered us lately. So we will be down. E.J. Bing, the running back, got injured late in the ball game against Darty, so he won't be playing. So we'll depend on 2 freshman running backs, plus Jay Randall will play. So have 2 freshmen. Of course, Levante Cole is no longer a freshman. He's played probably 8 ball games as a freshman running back, and he's getting better and better every week. He's impressed Coach Norville so much that he didn't get invited, but he talked about him. But we have 3 Bulldogs going to watch FSU Tech on the sideline, and Cole Shaw, Cam Hill, and Jay Randall. So
All right, that's cool. That's cool.
Now,
Coach
Jim,
Norville-
is there any temptation with Region being in any hip pocket to rest guys or?
no, we got a rest week next week.
Okay.
They're taking this week as just like it's a playoff
Okay,
game.
I got you.
Yeah. And I think with a young team, I think
You
that's
have
a
to.
smart
Yeah, that's
move.
smart.
I think
That's
you
smart.
got to do that.
You can heal up next week
Yep.
because
Yeah.
you don't play for 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's smart.
All right, well, let's go to Cairo. They beat Westover 28-2. It was kind of a baseball score for a little bit, but again, big win. You got Bainbridge coming up in 2 weeks. Looking forward to talking about that game, but tell me about the Westover game.
Well, Westover, Bainbridge jumped on them early and
I
put
thought
them
he was going to
away.
say they're from the West, and
Yeah.
it was over.
Yeah,
Well,
it was over after.
Kind of like
Hard
hard and
was
away.
away, and they were the West. It was over. But no, actually, I'm surprised they've only won 2 games. They have a very good running back and a very good quarterback, like they always do. A lot of good athletes. We scored on like the second play of the game, and then just went into some kind of a funk, and we were 3 downs and out, 3 downs and out, 3 downs and out.
Yeah, wasn't it like 7-2 for a
Yeah,
long
it was.
time?
They punted us deep and then got a safety, and it stayed 7-2 till midway through the 3rd quarter before we scored again. And
Left runners on base.
and,
It sounds like.
yeah, we did.
Yeah, man.
And,
Runners in scoring position,
You, was
man.
in the,
Yeah.
you were playing the Yankees.
we were. And their running back, Ethan Griffin, I think is his name. Pretty good little back. He had over 100 yards in the first half. Second half, we may have hit him, and anyway, he had to go to the hospital. But I hope he's okay.
He's okay.
I think he's okay. I think he's
so
okay.
we can talk
but
about it.
he did have to go get checked out. But after that, they really didn't have a lot to go to, and we put a couple of more touchdowns up and was able to win, and so secured home field advantage regardless of what happens.
How many straight years?
19 years in a row for the home field advantage, 20 years in a row for making the playoffs. Ever since Tom Flaw's first year, we've made the playoffs through Flaw and
Yes.
Debo and
That's
impressive, man. That's so
and
impressive.
so nobody wanted to break that streak. Every
Yeah.
coach is like, I don't want to be the one to break that streak. So
Yeah.
congratulations for Coach David Coleman, his first year. And really, he and I were even talking today about what a crazy year it's been. I mean, he took over in June and really had no coaches because several of them left that were with Devo, went other places, and he had to, get a coaching staff together during the summer. And so it's been a crazy time.
That's a great achievement. I hope he
You know,
appreciates that.
I think that we've improved, I mean, you realize how good Thomas County Central is, And when they put that whipping on you in the beginning, you worried about yourself, and then now you look and say, well, Thomas
Yeah.
County Central's pretty good.
Well, let's say this. All three of these programs, all three coaching staffs need to be complimented. I mean, you're
Yeah.
talking about Central and first-year coach with Coach Rogers. Same thing with Thomasville and Cairo. It's pretty impressive that you got all three of them sitting right there now staring at region championships or got them in their hip pocket. That's impressive.
Yep,
And,
yep.
and so, you know, we're feeling like we're getting better every week and hope we keep improving. We've got a tough challenge against Bainbridge, you know, because we got Bainbridge.
Yes,
They're in our
Bainbridge.
You've
region.
been talking about them a little
It's a
while.
tough
Yeah,
region.
yeah.
They're close to y'all, aren't they?
It's a close, and we're their rival. They don't have
Yeah.
any other rival.
They're
have-
Bain, and they're from over toward the bridge. I
over
think
there
is what
across
it
the
is.
bridge, and they on Thursday night have like a Serp Sopping downtown get
Yeah.
down or
Are
something.
you going just
I
to
go
kind of
every
see what's
year.
going on?
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Oh, they-
Let's go. I'd like to serve.
They invite me every year to come over and watch and
Yeah.
be the featured speaker. But so
Bring the
it-
band on the field
Yeah.
and all that stuff for them.
It'll be, we got an open date, so we got a chance to heal up a few. We got some folks snicked up a little bit the other night, so we celebrated 75 years of Majorette, and I can tell
Were
you
they
that.
kicking?
There you go.
Were they? Man, 100 of them out there from 1960s, back when Jim played, all the way up
I'm
to
not that old.
the 2000s. And
I was playing
24.
with Tonka trucks in 1960.
Okay. Well, they had some lady, and it was really neat.
That's pretty
they
neat,
had,
though.
They had 3 generations of one family out there.
Oh, that's
girls.
cool.
Yeah.
And then we had homecoming as well. So it was a big night. And now we get a week off and get ready for Bainbridge. And everybody
Real-
talks about this one all year, but Bainbridge has won it last 4 years in a row. So
Real quick, what are your thoughts on Bainbridge? Other than we know they're good, you've said that, but what do you think the cert makers are going to be working on?
well, I
here?
hope that we've gotten we've improved enough that we'll give them a good game. We just want to give them a good game.
Here we go.
Hope nobody gets hurt.
Here we
you know.
go.
Just pray for deliverance. Hope we don't get assaulted like
Yeah.
we had happen to us.
Oh, here we go.
We're
You
still
don't want
healing
the-
from that Thomas
You don't
County.
want no more holes put in your turf, do you?
No, we just want them to behave.
Oh, there
we
you
want
go.
them to come over and play them back because they're coming back to Cairo.
Oh
So,
man!
Are y'all putting the syrup detectors up on the
Yeah.
locker room doors?
Oh, we're gonna
last time they came,
We're gonna-
right? They
we're gonna
put
do
holes
a
in the
mess.
field.
we're gonna send a letter to somebody.
That'll do it.
Strongly worded letter.
Strongly worded letter
That'll
is
do it.
coming. Yeah, we're just healing up since Thomas County, feeling
Oh.
like we're getting a little emotionally, spiritually feeling better. So hopefully we can just pray for deliverance and hope we do okay.
Looking forward to that game. So
It's
hope,
going to be a fun game. Playing for the region championship.
It's always
It's
a
the way
good
it-
game.
it's the way it
when
should
you
be.
know.
Oh yeah,
Well, it
it's
should
always
be.
a lot of fun. And,
There's
and-
no
and-
trophy involved in that
No,
series?
we don't have a trophy with
There
it.
needs to be a
Like I
syrup
said,
ball.
we're
Syrup
not. They're
sopping,
we're
yeah.
not.
With a
They're,
piece of turf
they're our
attached to
rival. They're not our rival. We're their rival.
well, let us come up with an idea. We'll
Y'all
get
come
some
up- y'all think of
suggestions for
one?
you.
I
Yeah,
like
yeah. We'll come up
Maybe
with
some
one.
sort of auto mix trophy. That'd be
All right, there we go. There we go. Well, a couple other scores from around the area. So Mitchell County lost to Miller County, 22.
That don't happen very often.
Yeah, 22-12. They're playing at Randolph Clay, and Pelham beats Bacon County 47-24, and Pelham's playing open. And then Brookwood gets another region win at Tiffany came into town. Brookwood won 48-12 and scored on their first 3 touches on offense. So offense is rolling, but they go to Terrell Academy, and they're 5-3. Also, just kind of a big region game. Still trying to stay.
You have to
that
send
number
to him
2
so you can put
spot,
that on-
so-
he's showing me a picture of a bear cat.
Oh, there's a
Everybody was
Bearcat.
asking a Bearcat.
Well,
I
yeah,
don't
no,
think we
share
can see
that.
it on.
I don't know if you see, but
There he
there's,
is.
there's a Bearcat.
Where's it at right there?
There's
I don't
the
think
bear.
that's what he looks like.
Yeah.
That's a
But
bear.
Bearcats don't exist though, right?
Well,
For
right
real.
there, there's
They do
one.
Other than
exist.
that.
There's one
They
right
do
there.
exist.
I'm being for real. Do
No, they do.
exist?
They
There is
do.
a- yeah.
There is a Bearcat.
Yeah.
Okay,
Not
all right.
around here, but I
They
mean
do
there are in
exist.
Bainbridge, but
Bainbridge
as
got
far as
plenty of them.
Cincinnati's named after the Bearcat.
Yeah,
too.
I just heard that they don't really
no, they
exist.
do. There is a
They
thing
do.
called
They're
Go
really,
look- go
really
Google
cert
them.
makers.
Okay,
too.
all right. Well, Google's always right.
They're really cert
All right,
makers,
but
too.
speaking of
There's
always
no such
right.
thing as a syrup maker anymore.
Speaking of always right.
don't make
oh,
syrup in
goodness.
Cairo
They don't
anymore.
make
Yes,
syrup
they
in Cairo.
do.
Do they?
Yes, they do.
There's
Okay.
somebody
Some
over there.
farmer does.
We have it.
All right. Well, on that note,
Be a mule day. Get
on
all
that,
the syrup.
Mule
on
Day.
that friendly
That's
note,
Wiggum. That's not Cairo.
That's Cal.
Why don't y'all sell
Swing and a
syrup
miss
as a
again.
fundraiser, man? I'd buy a bottle.
We got it. I
Okay,
got all
okay,
syrup
okay.
you want. You let me know.
I'll let
Take
you know,
care
buddy.
of
We're
you.
good.
all right. Hey, can I go to the next segment, or what's going on
Or
here?
we're just carrying on our little show over here.
All right, let's try to go to the college edition, please, maybe. Damage to underground utility lines is a problem in the United States, and unsafe digging practices is a major cause. Unsafe digging can compromise community safety and disconnect people from critical services. Contractors, homeowners, and other utility owners need to be safe. Here's a few things to remember. Call 811 before digging. Wait the required time. Respect the marks and flags. Dig with care. If damage occurs, call your local utility provider and then make the call to 811. And we are back, the autumn mix edition of the Press Box.
Y'all are killing me.
I know
Killing me.
we're trying to get it on the rails here if we
Just
can,
try to get
guys.
this thing under control.
Let's see what we can do. Let's talk college football. Hopefully, Georgia, Florida, the world's largest.
Can't call it that anymore.
Celebration of the repeal of prohibition. That's what you call
That's
it.
it.
That's what you call it.
That's what you can call
Yep.
it.
Yep.
Everybody says throw out the record books in a rivalry game. Florida just doesn't have the talent. Georgia has, so. But will Anthony Richardson show up, the good Anthony Richardson, or what do you think?
Michael, come on.
I think Florida will be at their best. They always are against Georgia.
Yep.
It'll be a dogfight.
You think so?
Oh,
You
yeah.
think the Dogs will pull away in the fourth quarter?
I think they
or just-
will. I
it's
think
gonna be-
Georgia will pull it, but not. And I don't think that we're going to get the spread.
Yep. It's anytime these two teams are playing, you can expect something unusual to happen. It's just the way it is, and whatever Anthony Richardson can do, he will do against Georgia, at least in that first half or so. But I'm with Michael. I think the talent eventually catches up. And Georgia's defense, even though they don't have all the sacks and all the marquee names that they have, still pretty doggone good. I mean, right now I think like 7th in the country overall with total defense. And it's going to take more than one guy to be able to pull that off. Although Richardson, when he's on,
Man, he's good when he's on.
he is doggone good now, no question about it. So I think it'll be closer.
I just hope.
I think it'll be.
Oh man,
I think it'll be. Old
Stetson.
You still worried about Stetson?
Just worry
Yeah.
about it.
I think Georgia's going to handle them pretty well. I just,
I mean, it's like a 23-point spread, which to me is ridiculous.
That's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
I don't know that I'd go a 23-point spread, but I mean, I would say Dogs by 20 or something like that. I mean, I
That's
think
close to
That's closer to
23.
Well, I wouldn't go that. I mean, 24.
Hey, that's that,
That's 24.
But I'll go 22.
22.
22.
I said
They're
20.
Not 23. Doggone it, we're
All
not
right.
going there.
No more sugar for
That
y'all.
line is drawn right
It's
there.
like being around first graders. You get a bunch of sugar.
You said
and
like the 23-point was some inches
Yeah,
out
well,
ridiculous,
yeah.
but I'll go 20,
20.
which is 3 points off. I mean,
I
I'd
know.
say
There's
5.
a lot of different. There's 3 points
6.
difference between 23
I
and 20.
think you're probably looking like a 35-20 game, something like that.
Yeah,
31-17, something like that. But this not 23. 22.5.
Yeah, well, speaking
22.5, but never 20.
like
24.2.
20.5 is the Florida State Georgia Tech game spread, which I don't agree with that.
FSU's got that big of a
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
That's dangerous.
I don't agree with that one at all. So, I guess the question is, as an FSU guy, is like, what magic mojo has Georgia Tech had over Florida State? I think they've won the last. I know they won the last 2, but I think it's more than that. Georgia Tech always plays great against Florida State, even when their team's not as great. So.
Well, all you have to do is go look at that. What was that? The field goal return thing.
Yeah,
that they
field
had
goal
against
return.
them?
They broke the 29-game winning streak. And then last time they played, I think it was like Jeff Sims' first game ever, and just comes out and plays great.
Yeah.
And they beat Florida State. We had a fumble. Marcus Sims fumbles as he's going in for the game-winning score into the game. Georgia Tech's had our number. So why do you think that's so, Jim? Any solutions here?
Some teams just have your mojo.
Yeah.
Tech's always been. Georgia teams have always done well against FSU.
Yeah, it's always been it was kind of a rival game for a while when both teams, maybe in the early 2000s, back in Charlie Ward, Sean Jones era there in the 90s as
That was
well.
Charlie Ward's
So-
kind of coming out.
Yeah, yep, that was
I
his game.
was at that ball game.
I thought you were. I thought it was
in,
Sunday.
in Atlanta.
Yeah,
You were there too.
I was watching on TV.
yeah. So
So you
I'm-
didn't
There was
see.
Jim.
I was in the upper deck. You didn't see that high, but I was tickled that day. I was kind of Sean Jones was Georgia Tech's quarterback, so I was pulling for them, not FSU. And all the FSU fans would
They were leaving.
Yeah.
Ward out, get Ward out. No, we don't want Charlie Ward. I said.
Yeah.
I told one of them sitting beside me. I said, I've seen this kid play. I said, he's your only hope.
yeah.
He's your only hope.
And then Bowden turned him loose.
And then Bowden
Yep.
turned him loose, and he wins. But I got to see the Toronto Brave World Series Game 1 that year.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, same day, right?
That same day.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
All right, so Florida State's got to play well. So, you know,
But they've
they've
got
lost
a
during
shot.
the way. Yeah, I mean,
That's
they
the
should
point,
win, but they got to
Austin.
play well.
If you knew at the beginning of the year when we were first talking about FSU, if we said, okay, would you take it so that it was lined up so that FSU's got a shot to win every game on their schedule after the Clemson game? You'd have gone,
Yeah,
heck
you
yeah.
take it. I'll take
FSU's better than Tech.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
doubt.
They
Better
just got to
than
play
Tech.
better.
No doubt.
They just got to play better and finish games. You know, we've had some kind of head-scratching finishes to game. You still got to finish games.
Got to
well,
learn how
so-
to do that, though. See, that's
All right.
the thing.
Speaking of finish, we got Trick or Treat coming up here. Let's
Let's
go.
go.
Right there, but I'm
Take
gonna,
the candy away from
I
them.
know.
Trick or treat.
I can't give y'all
That's
any
the
more
one.
candy.
That
No.
is
no, this
the
was
one.
clean.
My
This,
word.
I deemed this pumpkin.
All
clean.
right, Randy Young. Let's say you know, trick or treat. You know, trick could be bad. You know. Anyway,
Trick,
you
look,
should
oh,
you
here,
know the
I'm
drill.
spitting
So,
pumpkin.
but sometimes a treat may just be that it's interesting, right? So, like dealing with y'all. I'm not saying it's a treat, but it is interesting.
Jacked up on sugar.
Yeah, it's just interesting. All right, so Randy, LSU's head coach Brian Kelly. Is he a trick or treat?
Still say he's a trick.
He's a trick.
He's a treat. He's
Yeah.
really turning around. Over there.
Yeah, I say he's a treat. He's interesting
Storming the
anyway.
field. They
I
gotta go.
like it.
He's a treat.
He's a treat. All right, this one's interesting here, Randy. How about Texas A&M boosters? Trick or treat?
Trick.
Yeah, is it?
Trick.
Yeah, Texas A&M boosters.
Got a lot of money.
I know they're
But is that good or
is
bad?
that good or I don't
They
know.
better hope
That's
they
why I'm
got
asking you
94
guys.
million or
You
whatever.
watch
it
them
is.
find it, though. You watch them find that $94 million.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Treat. I'm gonna say treat.
They are a treat because they make it interesting. I'll
Yep.
give them that. So and they do want to win.
And
I'll
I
give
just
them
want to,
that.
I'm just not a Brian Kelly fan. Never
Yeah,
have
it's
been.
okay.
But-
It's
but-
okay.
I'm not either, but
But he does make
And
it
he's done a
interesting.
good job this year, but I'm still
Sure
not a Brian
has.
Kelly fan.
He sure has. Michael, South Carolina, they're a trick or treat. They beat Texas A&M.
Yeah, in kind of a sneaky way. I think they're a treat.
I say
They're coming
trick.
around.
trick.
I like Shane Beamer. I'm going to say treat.
All right, Jim. Sorry, this one's for you. Big 12 reps. Trick or treat.
Oh, they're not a treat. Not if you're a Texas.
Not if you're a
fan.
Texas or Oklahoma fan.
No, sir. They're a trick.
So was it
They're not-
12 penalties to
14
0?
penalties
14
against
to,
Texas and 0 against Oklahoma State.
So there's a little conspiracy going that as Texas and Oklahoma are leaving, that and also UCLA and USC, they're kind of getting bad ref treatment.
Oh,
What do you
yeah.
think, Randy?
But based on what I've seen, trick for sure.
All right, you say trick.
Trick.
All right, Michael, Tennessee title hopes, trick or treat. Week before the Georgia-Tennessee
I don't
game.
say
See,
that.
that's what
I'm going to say treat.
you're going to say treat. No, you don't believe it, do you?
No,
You-
wait. Restate the question again.
Treat is good. Trick
Yeah,
is bad.
Tennessee title hopes.
What title, though? I mean, like
National
SEC?
championship title.
SEC, National Championship.
Let's go national championship title.
I'll change mine to trick.
I'm
You're
saying,
saying
I'm
trick?
saying trick.
Man, it's hard to know. I'm going to say treat right now, but
I'm gonna say treat because they're gonna be hard.
That's
Not
pretty
enough-
good.
Not enough defense.
yeah.
They're gonna be hard to beat.
All right, Randy, Georgia UF game in Jacksonville. Is that a trick or a treat?
Treat.
you
I am
say
a
treat?
huge fan of it. It's,
Now-
it's South Georgia's home game for Georgia.
How about that? What do you say? Now, your buddy Kirby doesn't like this game, so, you know, I don't want to get you in trouble with Kirby.
Yeah, me and him talked about it. I'm going treat.
You're going treat. All right, you're disagreeing with
Tradition,
Kirby.
man.
What do you say? Trick or treat?
I can never agree with Randy, so I'll go whatever.
You'll go
Michael said.
trick. Yeah, you'll go trick. You'll go trick. I think I love tradition, so I say stick with the tradition. It's pretty cool like
I
that.
agree.
All right, so a couple more here. Randy, University of Kentucky quarterback Will Levis. Is he a trick or a treat?
I'm going trick.
I
never-
agree with you
yeah,
there.
Not
I
real
agree with you.
impressed.
Trick or treat?
Trick.
So he's a,
Trick.
Even
Yep.
though everybody keeps saying he's going to be the top draft pick,
I don't see it. I don't see it. He's
Why?
solid, but I don't see
yeah,
it.
I'm with you.
All right, last one. The autumn mix pumpkins. The autumn mix pumpkins. Randy?
No, Michael needs to answer this one first.
Treat. I love them.
All
even,
right.
even if Jim's licked the bottom of
Even
it.
if-
Even if Jim licked the bottom of them, they're even
Oh,
better.
I'm going treat too. I love them.
All right. Trick?
As a type 2 diabetic, they're a trick.
Well, listen, I am too, but I ain't letting that get in my way.
And I'm going to tell you, Mike Leach can't stand them.
I have my doctor's appointment this week.
Oh, there we go.
That's what I thought about it.
Now the story. All right. Well, here, appreciate you guys watching, and I'll try to not let them have sugar next show. But we appreciate y'all. We'll see you next week on the Press Box.